3, wait, 2, 1. Oh, we already switched it. I already turned it on. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World of Tanks. Tragic Loss is out today. It's just me and Domo, and I turned on the stream and apparently forgot I did. We're having a little bit of issue with our software here, but it looks like we're up on all platforms now. Those of you who are in the know that we stream to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. So hello to all of you out there. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Or at least better than last Friday when we announced that ranked battles were canceled for the NA server. Sorry about that. We'll go into more detail on that later on in the show. But it was the right decision, but it's an unfortunate decision that no one is happy about. So I'm not getting any chat. Can you go?
Let's see here. I just closed everything, so let me reopen it.
Sorry, guys, having a little bit of trouble with our software.
Yeah, we got some chatter going on Facebook here. Wait, no, that was an old one. Let's see.
We have old chatter.
Somebody saying good evening. No. Hello, Govna. Daniel Irwin says hello, Govna. Chris Watson says hello. Hey, everyone.
Hello, Govna?
Yes.
Are we Cockney now?
Hello, Govna.
Okay. There we go. Got it going.
I wish I could pull it up. Okay, so yeah.
Hello, Targaryen Quincy. Wow, that's a heck of a name, huh? There we go. Now it's working. Hyper Turtle says Cabbage looks a lot like Domo and Tragic looks a lot like Cabbage. All right, fair enough. All right, looks like we're working. We're alive now. Sorry for the technical confusion. Kyle says, imagine that Wargiving having software problems. Yeah, who could imagine that happening? It's probably because Tragic is not here. She went home not feeling well, so hopefully she feels better. But I think I managed to get it working. Apologies for the delay. All right, let's launch straight into some of the news. As I started the show, some of you may have missed it. Ranked battles were canceled in NA and APAC as of last Friday. The reason for that was the new build of ranked battles isn't going to work on the NA server because of the increased spread of ranks. The population is not high enough to consistently keep ranked battles populating without really long queue times. And I mean, some of the testing had some really bad queue times. So
yeah, and we're not talking about like 10-hour queue times or 10-minute queue times. Like I'm talking really long queue times to the point where queuing up for ranked would just be pointless. So that kind of went into the decision to ultimately pull it.
So there is a lot of people have said, like, why didn't you just make it tier 8 so more people could do it? Why didn't you just decrease the tier spread? Those were actually all solutions we tried to do and have been frantically trying to make work the last few weeks. Unfortunately, none of them panned out in time to make it work for this season. I do have good news, though. For those of you who are concerned about the ability to earn bonds, the ability to earn the in-game rewards like the new tier 9 reward vehicle, we are going to have an alternative for that. We're currently working on that. We have a big meeting about it tomorrow, and we will announce what we are going to do on that front in the very near future. But there is going to be a way for players to earn those rewards on our server in another mode. And future ranked, they're going to go back to the drawing board and try and make sure that it will work on our server. So apologies to everyone who's looking forward for ranked. We do have a lot of other stuff going on, and we will have an alternative for you to participate in and compete in.
I had a question. Donkey, Domosapien, can you make Vergara21 post the code for the scavenger hunt? Well, if you look at the schedule, he is supposed to stream at 19 CT, which is 7 p.m. Central, so it's not his time yet, which means you should wait and go visit his channel at 7 once he starts streaming. Because the whole point of the scavenger hunt, yes, is to give everybody cool stuff, but we also want you guys to go visit our CCs, subscribe to their channels, check out some cool content. I know it's tempting to just grab the code and whatever, but if you can tune into our CCs, I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it, as would I, since I work with them.
Yep. Abdi Tragic isn't feeling that well today, so she went home. We're hoping that she recovers well. But it's just me and Domo today, so any technical issues, feel free to blame thoroughly on me and let Tragic know that I am bad at that part. So ranked battles are canceled. Sorry about that. We will have an alternative soon. There is some other new news today that I will pull up on my screen momentarily. Domo posted it on the forums earlier. Let me go to... There we go.
The Derpinator's in chat there. What's up, Derpinator? How you doing?
Enjoy that. HTML information. Okay, so on the super test today, we have announced the rebalancing of the tier 1 to 6 hit point pool. We're going to start a closed test. Basically, those of you who played low tiers recently or ever, you know that the time to kill at low tiers is really low, and as a result, it's not the best experience to learn in because you tend to just kind of die if you don't know what you're doing. And the hit points versus how many shots you have to take, it's just the gameplay isn't the most satisfying. And so to deal with that, we're going to give tiers 1 to 6, generally a flat HP increase to increase that time to kill and allow players to learn and grow more in their gameplay at that stage. You can go to the forums under the World of Tanks, the Wargaming Community Feedback Request forum. Hot tank takes on cool tanks, I believe is the subtitle. And check out the chart and the information we have there. But as you can see, for example, the MS-1, a Tier 1 Soviet tank, will have an HP pool of 215 points instead of 100 points. So that's a pretty significant change. And of course, the damage on the guns for those vehicles is not changing. The only thing that's going to change is the time to kill. It's going to go up a lot. So I think it's a really good idea to help low tier play. Let us know what you think about it. Specifically, post in that forum thread if it's something you're really passionate about. Yep. It's the best way for us to collect feedback on the stuff that we post there. But if you tell us in chat, we will, of course, look at it there.
Let's see. Cody Price, any tips on how to use a tier 5 Stug? Yeah, get the long gun, run Camo Net and Binox, and snipe.
Yep. Timothy on YouTube asks, what's a CC? We use the term CC generally describing a community contributor, which is a member of our influencer program. So it's usually a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer that makes World of Tanks content. And the scavenger hunt is a way to help players discover all of those wonderful CCs that we have in our program.
Yes, there's a schedule
and get some rewards for it.
There's a schedule on the news portal. You can check out the schedule. It has a bunch of our community contributors on there. Not all of them are participating this month since, you know, life gets in the way, things come up. But a big portion of them are participating this month with the scavenger hunt. So you can check them out. Sub to their channels, you know, get some really good content. They're all amazing, they're all really talented, and they have really great content, so definitely you want to go see some of their stuff.
Yep. Okay, so let's get into the game here. We do have some other news pieces.
By the way, speaking of the scavenger hunt, if you have been participating in the scavenger hunt and anybody who has redeemed at least one code for the scavenger hunt this month before last weekend did receive 3 extra scavenger hunt tokens on Monday. So it's basically as if you redeemed 3 extra codes. So that if you're wondering why the scavenger hunt mission seems to be, you know, broken, why you're able to complete it more times than you think you should be able to, it's because you got those 3 extra tokens. And basically what that is for is to kind of make up for the fact that we didn't really give you guys a lot of leeway before announcing the scavenger hunt. It went up a day before. And then also the final leg of the scavenger hunt, you know, where you have the mission to get 31 codes, and when you get the 31 codes, you complete the mission for 30k bonus XP. So to give you guys a little bit of extra time, right, to do that last mission too, you get the 3 tokens. So theoretically, you could complete it 3 days earlier.
There you go. So I saw, we have a couple questions in chat. We're going to try and get to them. I do want to cover a few of them immediately. Some of you have brought up the ammunition load of low tier tanks. If the hit points is increased, the ammunition load should as well. I agree completely. We will forward that feedback on. I'm sure that's something that's being considered, but we'll make sure that is an aspect that's being covered. I don't think it'll be an issue for a lot of vehicles, but there's definitely a few out there, like for one that rolls off the top of my head is the Terran. The Terran already has ammunition load problems, so if you increase the hit points at that tier, it's going to be even worse. Cryptic Devil on Twitch says, just wanted to say thank you for taking away the one thing I was looking forward to in this game. It was nice that we didn't get to play ranked this year to keep it. Cryptic, I'm really sorry. It was definitely not something that we wanted to do on our part. It was unfortunately the right decision based on the situation that we were in. We are working seriously on providing an alternative for players who want that high level of solo competitive play and the ability to earn those rewards. We hope to be able to announce that in the very near future. And we will make sure that the dev team does their best to make sure that NA does not have a problem participating in the next season of Ranked, which of course we would love for you to be able to do. I'm sorry that you are missing out on this one. Hello to Kaio on YouTube. Monkey Soup says, I can't believe you guys canceled the 430U nerfs. I'm not sure if that's a troll, because that is such a common topic on our stream. But just to cover really quick, those changes were delayed and not canceled. So same with the Amex 30B. Those changes are delayed, not canceled. The next micro patch is small patch is gonna focus on the Leopard 1 and the STB 1, and we'll move on to other tier 10 mediums from there.
Yeah, if you go to the Wargaming community feedback request subforum, I posted a thread in there today about the HP boost, so you can go check it out. Okay. I don't know if we've got Jambi John moderating, but if he is
I saw him pop
moderating
up
right
in
now,
there. Yep. Shout out to Jambi John.
You could share a link to that thread. I would appreciate it. But yeah, if Jambi John can't find it, it's in the WCFR Wargaming community feedback subforum.
Ortnoth says that he is pleased with the Stronghold missions going smoothly compared to past ones. So
yeah, I know we had some hiccups, quite a few hiccups actually.
Yeah, the last month's scavenger hunt, the last scavenger hunt was a good example of sometimes you can prepare things well and then they don't survive first contact with the friendly. Instead of the enemy. We had a few people take some artistic licenses on things that really need to be done by the book, and it caused us some problems that we're doing our best to avoid this time. Okay, somebody asked what we're going to play today. We don't have a big schedule set because Tragic is out and I don't know how to run the platoon thing. Sorry guys. So we're going to answer questions, we're going to play a few rounds casually here. As always, not the highest level of gameplay here, but I promise you that at the end of the stream we will raid a more high-skilled player, so after you can ask us questions about the game, you can go learn how to play it from somebody who's good at it. Like I see True's playing right now. I'm not sure if he's streaming.
Eric Dory. 2 questions. 1, how much gold was given out this weekend? 2, how can I get the Panzer 5.4? I love playing it this weekend and have to have it. I am absolutely, that's one of my favorite tanks. I'm enamored with the 5.4. Right now, it's alpha reward. It might come by at some point in the future. We're not sure. I mean, the mutant, technically, we were supposed to never sell it, and then we've sold it multiple times. So, I mean, hey, anything can change, right?
Pay a lot of attention to the news portal and the YouTube channel over this next week, actually. You might be interested by some opportunities.
But you didn't hear anything from
WG Badger says, hey, you two. Okay, what have you done with Tragic? Tragic's not doing too well. She is not feeling well today. She went home early, so it's me and Domo today. Watt #1 fan says, you guys look beat, stressed out. Not stressed out, actually. This is the best part of the day. I get to come talk to you guys, play a little World of Tanks. But I did just have a long meeting coming into this, so I might be still feeling a little off on that.
I was at a bachelor party last weekend, so
still recovering from last week's bachelor party in Colorado.
Yeah.
All right, I'm queued up in tier 7.
Tier 7? All right, let's do tier 7. Sorry, I was looking at my tier 10. Let's do this, boy, right
And
here.
then if you want to type in the count-in, I will launch it.
Okay.
So we'll be counting into tier 7 here shortly. For those of you who want to get ready, keep an eye on the chat. I'm playing the Leo because I'm grinding out those Swedish mediums. I had just gotten all the tier 10 mediums in the game, and then the Swedish mediums came out and wrote it. 2, 1, go. Cool, here we go. Tier 7. Regretful Parakeet, which is a great name, says, hello World of Tanks NA. Hello Regretful Parakeet, I love it. Sorry if we missed your question. Please repost it. You won't get in trouble or anything.
We got chat coming in from 3 different platforms, so if we don't answer your question, please feel free to answer it again. It was an amazing bachelor party, actually. It's the most fun I've had, the most fun weekend I've had in a very, very long time. Colorado is beautiful. We had an amazing Airbnb in Breckenridge. Just like the whole thing was just amazing. I saw an amazing show at the Red Rocks Amphitheater. I'm completely enamored with the state of Colorado now.
Doppelganger says, carry me, senpai. I guess he's on our team. We'll do our best. We'll do our best.
I could say the same thing to you.
Chat is faster than video. Yes, it is. That's why we time based on the chat messages and not on the video. So if you are counting in with us, when you see the chat go come out, that's when we're hitting go, not when you see it in the video stream. Because the stream will always be delayed just because the little parts of the internet have to send the data packets back and forth. Ultra Instinct Shaggy Prime says, I feel like death, lol.
Ultra Instinct
sounds like you had a fun weekend. That is a great name.
I love it.
Ziggy's
I hope they put you into Mortal Kombat, man.
Zugi says, any update on crew changes? Not at this time. That's definitely a longer term change. So we will be happy to talk to you guys about that when we have some traction on it, but I think it's going to be a while. We're definitely focused on tank balancing and premium ammo balancing are definitely the focuses right now. If you missed it at the beginning of the stream, we covered today's announcement of the HP rebalance for lower tiers. Tiers 1 to 6 are getting... Oh no, that teammate almost got hit by me. Tiers 1 to 6 are getting an HP boost, and it's quite significant. At tier 1, it's going to more than double the hit points. So that's going to increase the time to kill at lower tiers and hopefully give a better experience to new players as far as, you know, popping into a battle and dying immediately. They'll have a little bit more time to learn. And those of you who are cruel and beat up on newbies will have more time to do so.
More HP to farm means more win 8.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that will affect win 8. That's going to be a little complicated, huh?
Yeah, they might need to... I don't know who develops that statistic, but they might need to revamp how that works.
I did see someone mention that the campaign missions need to keep up with the tank rebalances. Yep, totally hear you. That's something that is being... we're totally keeping an eye on it. We might lag a bit behind. I know the RD changes might have affected some of the stun missions, but we are still keeping an eye on that and seeing if it's something that definitely needs to be changed.
I know that in the kind of the info doc that we got from the dev team about the RD changes, they did say they were going to keep an eye on the RD missions and make changes when necessary, or if necessary. So yeah, that is definitely a possibility and probably pretty likely. You jerk.
Hyper Turtle says 3k HP Tog, question mark.
I mean, why not? it's still a slow bullet sponge.
Austria, I'm going to get to your question in a second. There was one more that I missed. Captain A+ says rip the PZ1C.
About the leopard changes and the type 5 or no, the STB1 changes. So to kind of touch on that, the STB1 right now it doesn't really have a very happy role of any kind to fit into. It's just kind of a jack of all trades and very much a master of none.
Jacked.
So that said, the kind of the design philosophy that the team is putting into this rebalancing process, at least from a kind of a general thematic standpoint, is to essentially ensure that all of the tier 10 vehicles have a distinct and unique role to perform. And currently, you know, people are saying, oh, well, you nerfed the gun handling on the STB1, which is, you know, the kind of the worst part because that was need to be buffed because of its weak armor, etc. It needs to be able to snipe. But instead of buffing, you know, the stat that would make it better at sniping, they're essentially trying to relegate it into a different, more unique role. Which is mid-range support brawler. And I think that, you know, kind of is necessary to keep an open mind when thinking about these changes, because, you know, you may be kind of approaching the issue from a different perspective. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
yep. Timothy on YouTube asks, what is Win8? Win8 is a commonly used player rating formula that's popular on Watt Labs and Noob Meter and some other websites. Ortnoth asks, any official date for the tank rewards launch next month? If it, you know, we're like 99% sure on tank rewards right now, so we're not official until the article goes live, but I have been able to talk about it a little early. Tank rewards should be coming back next month, and if it does, it'll launch on June 1st.
Austria Hungry Ball asks, why does the OI have 3 turrets? Come on, guys, we've been over this.
But he may not have seen it, you know?
It has 3 turrets, but it can only shoot 1 because balance, and we don't really have a 3-turret mechanic.
We have actually tried to introduce multi-turret mechanics in the game. We've tested them throughout 2 different Halloween modes, I believe. The Leviathan mode in 2018 was a big test of the multi-turret. And basically, we're just not happy with the way that multi-turrets work with the game right now. So there's a lot of tanks that would benefit from it. The M3 Lee comes to mind. But as of right now, the game is going to remain balanced around single manual gun and turrets. That could change in the future, but we will probably be running more tests before that would be the case. Hey, Major Tom, how's it going? Ryan says, is the HP increase for all platforms and what tiers do you expect? It's going to be This channel and everything we talk about is always going to be PC only. I wish we could cover other changes, but we work for the Watt PC team. We work on World of Tanks PC, and everything that we say, do, and touch is going to be related to World of Tanks PC. If you are a console player or a Blitz player, you can find the respective content hubs for those games on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you are by either adding console or Blitz to the end of World of Tanks, and you'll find those lovely people. Major Tom says, how many times have you had made an excuse for no rank battles already? Just the one, which is the actual reasoning behind it. I guess you could call it an excuse. Basically, we have the option of launching a mode that would have queue times of regularly featuring 55 minutes, or not launching at all and trying to offer an alternative. And we decided at this point that we'd rather not launch it and have it be. It would have been a really miserable experience, guys. It sucks for us. Like, we certainly didn't want to have to shut down ranked battles. It was
as far as platforms, I don't know. I think PC still has the most players.
Yeah,
by pretty far. I'm not sure what the numbers specifically for NA are. There might be more console players in NA. I legitimately couldn't tell you. That's a great question. Armada
Real says, my main question is, I am European, but I play on NA, and I want to be able to get an account transfer as a way to get that. Currently, there is not. You'd have to make another account on the EU server. There is an item on the roadmap for the future to add a server roaming or server transfer feature. We have tried server transfers in the past, but they have to be done manually. It's a complicated process. I know people say it's just data, it's easy to move. It's just data. The data is not the issue. The issue is our back-end software that doesn't like cleanly spitting out and accepting the user profile data. So obviously that is not ideal, and if it was done properly, it wouldn't do that. Fixing it will take time and money, which is part of the development roadmap. And as of right now, there are other things that have been considered to be higher priority. I totally understand the frustration of players who are affected by that. Unfortunately, I don't have a solution coming up in the immediate future for you. But I hear where you're coming from, and it hasn't been forgotten. It is still on the roadmap.
YouTube broken? Is YouTube broken?
Jackal says, thanks for the chat. Chance doesn't look like it. We're still getting comments.
Okay. Well, maybe it's frozen.
Looks fine.
No, more people are saying it's frozen.
Okay.
Frozen.
So... hold on.
Chance of Dragons Winter Pearl River coming back? Probably not. Possibly at some point in the future, but if they do, they would be heavily reworked. I know that sort of design elements they incorporated into Empire's Border, but obviously Empire's Border is a radically different map than either of those. So yeah, honestly, no, not sure. It's possible, but no news on that front as of right now.
So, yeah, Jackal said, thanks for the chance to play the Deputy account. It was a fun weekend. Now I know how the Unicums feel with Artie. Lol. For those of you who don't know, we ran the Hunt the Sheriff event last weekend, and a lot of players like Jackal got to take out our Deputy accounts and play in these fully equipped demo accounts and get killed by other players and give gold to them when they died. Thank you, Jackal, for participating. We really appreciate it. And I hope some of you guys got out there and got a chance to hunt some sheriffs and take a few bounties. Rudy Duty, so any thoughts to use a common server for all regions for rank battles?
That was a one potential suggestion. I definitely passed it on in my feedback report because I did I sent off a feedback report about the rank battle announcement yesterday. And it was something I mentioned as a potential suggestion. It would be less than ideal because we would still be dealing with, NA players would still be dealing with EU ping. But theoretically it might be possible. It's definitely something that'll probably be considered at some point, but yeah, it's too early to tell. Since theoretically, Common Test does the whole snapshot thing where it'll take a snapshot of your account when it, every often, and then you have the Common Tests.
I think that one of the concerns there would be latency. The latency on a global rank server would be inevitably rough. So I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world. It would be. It's a possibility that we'll look into for sure, though. Especially,
how much it costs to get a package with all premiums. Well, we don't sell a package with all premiums. We sell a package every Black Friday with almost all the premiums.
The Feast, yeah.
The Feast. And I think that one is somewhere around $900.
Yep.
but it has, you know, oodles and oodles and oodles of tanks, and theoretically any tank you already have, you would get gold compensation. Yep. So, I mean, if it's worth it to you, you know, that's your decision.
Mark says Wargaming technically has a different game for each region. Yeah, that's an accurate way. Generally, there's very little difference between the EU, RU, APAC, and NA servers. The China servers on a whole other thing. But generally, those servers are the same, but they can differ. And on that note, Jonathan's asks, why is Monte Cassino EU only? The battle is largely American troops, a lot of Americans die there. So the Monte Cassino thing is something that the EU team built in for their monthly missions. We still have our monthly missions. We just have different themes. I hear you guys that Monte Cassino was a largely American event, but that is an EU regional event that they're running based on that, and we have our own that is separate. I promise you, we have not forgotten the American participation in World War II. Hold out next month for Tank Rewards. You will be vindicated, or I guess I'll be vindicated, and you'll be happy, hopefully. Here we go. Some people said ping didn't matter, and 13 Disciples says that he respectfully disagrees. 100 plus ping is way too long. Yeah, if you're talking about a competitive game mode like rank battles, triple digit ping is a disadvantage. Whoa. Did my game crash? Or just all tap? No, just all tap.
Do you have our collaboration software disabled because it likes to minimize full screen apps?
I've never had the problem before.
I only have it on these computers, actually.
Interesting. So yeah, it's really, it's not any different than their normal monthly missions, to my understanding. It's just that's what they chose to theme it as.
Really?
Did you have a bad experience?
Yeah, I got a little bit robbed by RNG.
Thankfully,
I wonder if that's fallen, like actually fallen. I'm going to ask MA77 about that, because I wasn't sure if Fallen actually plays WoD.
Come on, poke out.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Fallen is a pro CSGO player.
I feel like it's a pretty common name.
Yeah. And well, the reason I'm curious is because we partnered with him on that charity thing.
That was a bad shot. Oh, I'm out.
Oh,
I gotta run. I'm gonna die.
What are you doing?
I'm reloading and running away.
Oh, I almost tracked him, but I did not. I'm gonna get him though. I'm gonna get him.
Dang, my driver died again. Oof.
Oof, big oof, big oof.
Yeah, I got that.
Where's his bad chat?
Alright, I am reloaded and recovering. So we'll see.
Yeah, why don't you get out of here, my guy?
Taser wants to know the super test value for the light charger health. I can't yet. I don't have access to the build myself yet. I would imagine it will be very close to the MS1 though, so my guess would be around 200 hit points. Probably within 20 hit points of that number. But it's impossible to say for us for certainty as of yet. Oh, there's the barn. Got him.
Yeah, shirt barn.
Well, that worked out. Yep, we haven't used our cuss yet today. Save it for a good one. Axel says CabbageMechanic. Brad says CabbageMan, you should be stationary with that gun when you're firing. Yeah, you're totally right, Brad. I made a couple sloppy shots there. Specifically the one on the original.
Consider it for all intents and purposes a leopard with an autoloader. Oof, that's gonna hurt.
Was that the strat? This is my newest tier 10, so I have not played that many games in it.
I'm so enamored with the Sweetiums.
I hear good things. I'm excited about getting them. I did enjoy them on the Sheriff account, so
super
I played a lot of them on the Sheriff account.
And goodbye. No.
Did I just
You
block
jerk.
you?
Well, you enjoy your remaining 8%.
You didn't actually do any damage to me, which is good because you would have killed
Okay.
me. Yeah, I think you hit my track. Don't do that to your friends.
It was an accident.
I thought everyone.
It
had
was an
just
accident on both parts.
Oh
honestly.
yeah, it was definitely an accident on my part, and not selfishness. Careless says cabbage OP, please nerf. I don't know about that. I still only have 1300 damage, even though this game has felt pretty good. Would Shark Barn
the
be
Leo 1 test is going pretty good. I think they're fairly happy with the stats. I'm about to get banned for attempted team killing. Please don't ban me.
Yao says, allow us to buy the campaign tank since the NA player pop is too low and low I can't see the missions. Like I said, we're working on an alternative, guys. I hope to have news on that for you soon. We have a big regional meeting with APAC tomorrow to discuss that. And hopefully we'll be able to announce something shortly after that meeting. We'll see how it goes. Really? Oh, I should have taken that shot. Come on, friend. Should have backed up sooner. It was dumb. Unknown Taker says, this really sucks we don't get ranked because of Frontline. It's really not because of Frontline, guys. It's because of the redesign to ranked and the big difference in the ranked spread. It's so much larger than it was in the previous iteration. And some people have also brought up that we should have just run the old one, which, yeah, totally, I agree with you. The problem is the old one doesn't work in the current version of the game plan. And spending developmental resources bringing that up to speed seems like a waste when we should be fixing the new one so that it works on our server.
I mean, SEA doesn't get to do pretty much their own thing with low population, which is why they also don't have ranked battles, which is why we are meeting with them tomorrow to talk about an alternative.
Yeah, well, we may end up going different directions, but we'll see how it goes.
Chanslam, thank you. Glad you're enjoying the scavenger hunt. I appreciate it. I seriously appreciate the heck out of everybody who participates. Thank you for all the feedback and helping us make that event awesome.
Someone said, so I made a deal with someone last stream that I need to play the M48 patent. They reminded me I'm going to play the M48 patent. That's my next pick. So there we go.
I'll play it too.
Chan Slam says, so that's the face of Domo, huh? Scavenger Hunt is a choice. I like that's the face of Domo. Tracy Biddy says, when will the Type 59 go on sale again? My lips are sealed.
Soon, TM.
SGM 2010 says, is there any talk of migrating the NA server to EU? Not outside of the community. It is something I see a lot in the community, but no, there's no plans to move to merge the NA and EU servers. I do understand where people are coming from on that. However, there are many games with NA only servers that are much lower population than World of Tanks is right now. World of Tanks is still relatively healthy as far as video games go. We're clearly not anywhere near as big as World of Tanks used to be in North America or anywhere in the world, really. But the population is still quite healthy for a game of our business model. So not in the immediate future.
Charles asks, is there any plans for a new map in Frontlines? Yes, there are plans for a new map in Frontlines, and to my knowledge, it's being worked on, actually. Banana Cannon says, Domo is a handsome fellow. Thanks, Banana Cannon.
QB was just explaining how it's not that the game is dying, just that the player population is dwindling because of wargaming decisions. I mean, that's an interesting claim on Quickie Baby's part. I'm not saying we get everything perfect, but the fact that the population is still as big as it is, given the fact the game is 8 years old, games lose players with time generally. World of Tanks has actually done an extraordinary job relative to its peers in retaining players over time. So I don't totally agree with that opinion.
Full Metal Cabbage Dom, is there any way to have mods automatically update? I have Aslan's and it seems like I have to re-download every day to update. No, there is not. That's actually why I don't run mods, is because I'm way too lazy to keep updating them. It is something I would love to get added to WGC. I have passed on that suggestion before, to basically have the Wargaming Game Center include basically synchronize with the mod hub. But yeah, I haven't gotten any feedback on that suggestion.
Okay.
So
we're gonna do a tier 10 count in. If you can type that out, I would appreciate it. But I did want to catch one question here. Broommaster says, if you had unlimited cash, why don't you load exclusively special ammo? I try and limit myself to like not too many premium rounds and only shoot them when necessary. Sometimes I get a little caught. But it's not. It's
also,
not that fun to shoot
the
more.
standard rounds on the Progetto are APCR, I think, and they got a really nice shell velocity.
Oh, yeah. Scorpion G says, World of Tanks in a new watch channel. Why aren't you using Wargaming anymore? So we just rebranded the old channel. It's the same channel. The title just changed. And the reason we rebranded it is because this channel used to be for all of the games based in the old San Francisco office. So we had Warships and Blitz and World of Tanks and Console all on this channel. Since then, we have reorganized, and now, as I said earlier in the stream, we are World of Tanks only, World of Tanks PC only, and to reflect that, we updated our Twitch name. So that is why we're now World of Tanks NA instead of Wargaming. Cryptic Shock is Wargaming aware of the glitch on Kharkov where tanks get on the top of buildings? Boy, I'm not sure, but I have to look. That's interesting. Somebody had another question that I was trying to catch. Did they ban ranked on NA to stop too many people from rage quitting? No.
Will there ever be a way to hide your ID from third-party sites? I don't think so, but that you will be able to hide your ID in-game so that people won't be able to XVM focus you. And then by that logic, right, like they're not going to be spending every battle Googling all 15 names on the enemy team to try to find you and focus you. So that should help with any sniping.
Yeah. So Zugi on YouTube asked what my favorite medium tank in the game was. He says he's in the middle of the Italian and Swedish lines. I think it's a pretty good place to be. I actually am liking the Leo in the Swedish line a lot. A lot of people hated it. I wasn't sure what to think about it going into it. But I kind of like that it's reasonably high mobility. The Alpha is pretty nice for a tank its size. My favorite medium tank in the entire game is probably the M46 Patton. That's my favorite tank overall. But there's a lot of tanks I enjoy. The Cromwell B is a
Apollo Artemis getting roasted.
Particular famous.
Apollo Artemis has no shame in using
nothing but gold ammo.
Look, we can't make Showdown Saturday too easy. Like it's still got to be a challenge, all right?
Yeah.
And like we're not the greatest players. Like we need as much of a handicap as we can get.
You're gonna say Apollo more than most. He's getting better though.
He is getting better.
He's
been practicing with Chauncey. Like they've been getting better.
Just a Pixel says that his favorite is the T26 E4. Yeah, chat. Tell us what your favorite medium tank is. It'd be a good opportunity. I'm also really liking the Tier 10 Italian.
I'm absolutely enamored with the Tier 8 through 10 Swedish tanks.
Really good stuff.
Mediums, yeah.
I didn't super care for the 9. It felt a little bit awkward.
You know what? I liked it because the gun is at the very top of the turret. And the turret is super low profile, so you can poke without like barely exposing any of your tank.
Yeah. Banana Cannon says the best medium tank in the game is the Object 277. That certainly appears to be true in Clan Wars. And I suppose the best light tank in the game is the Batchat. And
Standard B is the new medium king. I didn't like the Standard B, really. I prefer the 65.
Brewmaster says that he's absolutely in love with the Centurion right now.
No.
Too bad the engineer is 34k XP. Which Centurion? Just the Cent one? That's a nice one. The Cent 5 one, the Australian Premium, is really cool. I like that a lot. The Prima Victoria, of course, the Sabaton is pretty fun.
I really like the Swedish, and I really like the Italian medium tanks. Actually, this boy right here used to be one of my favorites because gun depression is my favorite stat.
Yeah, that's kind of how I
like going into like weird
too.
wiggly places where people don't expect, and shooting down at them.
My first Tier 10 was the Centurion Action X in large party. I'm the only person who came to this island.
I'm gonna throw high explosive at his turret because that's all I can do.
All right, I can't poke out there safely, so especially with my kit down.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
Brad says the T-34-3 is T-34-3 is boss. I agree. I love the Alpha.
Oh, dude, I used to love that thing. It was like
so
my favorite
fun.
credit farmer.
Not the most optimal tank in the game, but really fun to play.
I mean, it did get when the pref tanks got buffed. It got a nice little buff as well.
Yeah, there's that fatten. I love the camo too on the suites here. Yeah, nobody. I guess we lemminged all up to the northwest corner. But this is the important part of the map.
As long as you kind of fall back and defend.
No, they're already at our base. We got to go back.
Okay.
I don't know if I can make the run unless they shoot.
With this 430 down here, I'm gonna go for it.
I'm gonna go for it too.
We're gonna hang right. Uh-oh, that's bad.
No, oh, I didn't have my repair kit, and now I'm gonna pay.
Yeah, I don't have.
Come on, IS-7, take the shot for me.
I don't have gun depression over the rear.
Come on, the IS-7 could have saved my life there, and instead he chose to let me die. It was my fault for trying to run back without the repair kit that was done.
How did that happen?
What is there like? So I don't usually complain about teams, but like everyone's just piled up here uselessly in C12 D12.
Yeah, we got some guys pulling back.
It's garbage. We're gonna lose. Nobody. We're all in the northwest corner, and nobody's actually in a good spot in the northwest corner. We're gonna lose the northwest corner, and we already lost the rest of the map.
Oh, that's a rock.
So that's gonna be a loss. I can read that map.
You want to? Oh, here. Let me switch over to my camera.
We can go to Domo Cam. Just hit auto. There you go. I will go. Jamie John says that the M48 patent is king. Yep.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
really? Come on, that was like lower plate.
Brewmaster says, yeah, it's the Mark 1. I'm bad at grinds, yeah. Canadian Hawk says, I'm assuming that means Canadian, says, I've been playing since 2013. I only have 1 tier 10, 3 tier 9s, and a bunch of tier 8s. Top tier play seems somewhat toxic. It certainly can be. Destructive Dan says, hello, World of Tanks.
Oh my god, hey, why am I bouncing on everything? Do I need to load some skill rounds?
SGM says, when will the name blacking out option become available? No news on that yet. We'll let you know as soon as we do. Warren says that he thinks the Uds... Where you just got wrecked. Oh, that was amazing.
I thought I was safe.
Let's see. Yeah, Warren says the Udaz mediums are a beast. Ryan on Facebook says the Panther 88 is the best premium tank. OP, please nerf. Good joke, friend. Oh, man, that was good.
Yeah, I definitely did just get wrecked.
Yeah, our team was just in bad position.
In other news, On Track to the WZ-132-1 has been extended to June 3rd because of the technical issues of missions we had recently. And the On Track to the Sheridan is also ongoing, which kind of started now. You don't need a code for the Sheridan. It doesn't say anything about not needing a code for the Wheezy, so I'm guessing you need a code. Let's see, what else we got? We got Tank Mastery. We got, let's see, the 5916, T44, Conqueror, and T34 2GFT Tank Destroyer. For Tank Mastery, you can, get yourself a little Mastery emblem for that tank.
Yep, and for those of you who don't know, the official World of Tanks Discord has launched. Jambi John got that going. We're doing really well so far. I think we have more than 6,000 people on there already. It's a great place to talk about World of Tanks in various themed chat rooms. We also have a bunch of feeds to keep you up to date on our community contributor streams and content, our YouTube channel, our news articles, all that good stuff is on our Discord. So if you're interested, check it out. Hopefully Jambi John can post us a link in the near future. And if you don't know what Discord is, it's basically the modern version of forums. It's a hybrid of a chat room, a voice over IP program, and a RSS feed, all combined into one social platform. And we now have an official World of Tanks North America, and I think we're even verified with Discord, so we have the fancy checkmark.
Checkmark, yep.
Thank you, Jambi John, for getting that out there. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so Discord, basically TeamSpeak, but prettier.
Seeing some comments rolling about wheeled vehicles. Monkey Soup says, when are you going to do something about wheeled vehicles in Frontline? They're unbalanced and lower everyone's enjoyment. They're bad for clan wars. They're displacing true light tanks. That's not what your dad promised us. Yeah, I hear you. I've seen that opinion. I've had mixed results. I've been in games where I felt like that was true, and I've been in other games where it really didn't at all. I definitely agree that traditional light tanks are not in a great spot and need some help. In any case, the data on that stuff is definitely being collected and looked at. As I've said, we're pretty slow off the mark after a new line comes out because the devs want to make sure they see how the vehicles perform with players from all different skill levels. The higher skilled players tend to get those vehicles the fastest because they save up at the XP and buy them instantly. So we're still keeping an eye on that, and I would expect some changes to come down the line as that data comes in.
Can I make a team training room? What for? We would just be derping around in team training.
Yeah. We are actually we're talking about doing some streams in the near future where we will have training rooms where we play like mini games and stuff with you guys. We'll let you know when we're planning on doing that, but we're not ready for that. We want to make sure if we do it that we do it right and it'll be fun for everyone involved. WOD number 1 fan says he loves wheeled vehicles. Banana Cannon says that's the most confusing description of Discord I've ever heard. It's voice and chat targeted towards gamers. Yeah. Fair point. The problem is it's a lot of things, and it's not really just targeted towards gamers. I mean, that is the platform that it's being adopted by, but Discord is really a full replacement for people that use TeamSpeak or traditional forums for everything. Or Ventrilo if you're a real OG. Sandy says Domo with a hat, a real snack. Domo without hat, kind of whack.
I got a haircut. All right, I got his haircut for the bachelor party. Or well, actually, I got it for a show a month ago. But also, looking nice and fresh at the bachelor party. And I wanted to show off my haircut on stream, and also not be sweaty. No, I just didn't want to be sweaty.
Larox says buff the TVP VTU, the worst tier 8 tank ever.
I agree. The TVP VTU is garbage.
I think it's your turn to pick a vehicle, friend.
Is it? Chat. What should I play?
Just anything. Banana says raid call represent. Yeah, how about man, so many different voiceover IP programs.
I want to play my Wheelie Boy.
Just to do it. Oh, but Canadian Hawk wants the Tog.
Okay, well, I guess we got to play the Tog.
We got to do a Tog game.
We got to do
the Tog game. Get in your Togs, boys. Tog Q. Coming down the pipe in a few seconds here. Botslayer says, any news on the tank bond shop that was announced for 1.5? Still on hiatus, guys. Hope to have news on that soon. I do think we have something coming up this weekend that will be of interest to you guys who are waiting on the bond shop. So keep a close eye on the news portal, specifically this Friday, or this Thursday and Friday.
All right, I'm going to start the count-in. 5, tier 6 dog. Count in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Gen Mister says play ranked battles. That's cruel. That's cruel, Gen Misters. Canadian Hawk says I know a pretty decent Tog joke, but it's just too long. My favorite is somebody on the Reddit or the subreddit made the John Travolta passing the shell from the front to the back of the Tog.
Best.
Oh my god, it's such a
Pulp Fiction
a great gif. Banana Can says I've spent all my credits and now I miss Frontlines. Yeah, that is the nice part of our Frontlines.
Well, if you're doing the scavenger hunt, you get 3 50% credit boosters per code, among other things.
Which direction are we going?
Well, if we go up the hill, we're not going to make it in time to shoot anything, so let's go west.
Tog should go lighthouse. Yeah, that's at the top of the hill. I had to stop my Tog so I didn't block the T-29. That doesn't happen very often. Randall says, are you doing a scavenger hunt for June?
Probably not. There is a reason for that, though. It is approved, technically, and on the event plan. But I want to take some time to look over the data and compare it to the data from February, since that was the last, significant scavenger hunt we had. But essentially, it is approved as a recurring monthly or bi-monthly activity, however we choose to do it. So no June scavenger hunt, but probably back in July. And almost definitely back in July. And hopefully we'll have more improvements for you guys. I also want to look at player feedback because there's some mixed opinions basically on how to do sort of the last day, right? Because so we have we have that theoretically we up to 31 days in a month, and then if we have the missions run into the next month, then they're overlapping with the next month's scavenger hunt. So therefore, we could theoretically reduce the number of total days required. But then you would ultimately be getting less boosters. So I wanna actually see if I can run a poll or something, and get some feedback in that regard, because I'm not sure what players would prefer.
I'm scared to push any further than this bush and hardcover right now.
Well, I'm glad you like the improvements, Neil. It's my baby, my baby project. It's, you know, I've lost so much literal sleep over the scavenger hunt.
The TOG DPM is coming into effect.
Oh my god, I am just getting wrecked. Where is this panther even shooting me?
He's on the left. Oh, TOG is so slow.
Artie is focusing.
You should get bonds for scavenger hunt. We might actually be able to do that.
That would be pretty sweet.
We are definitely...
Yep. And I bounced off the panther.
I'm not getting a clean shot. I'm trying to. Come on, Dispersion. I believe in you. There we go. Got the track, too.
Thank you for that. Hopefully I can finish him up before he gets away.
I'm not sure if he repaired. I think he might have repaired.
Yeah, he repaired. He backed off.
So he's... If he pokes at you, he'll die.
No sleep.
Reverse side scraping.
To Brooklyn.
Oh, Tiger's pushing out. I'm gonna try and track him. No dice.
Oh, is he behind the rock? He is behind the rock.
Oh, quickly, time to seek cover. Chug, 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 chug.
Oof. Party Y. Party Y. Now the panther is shooting me again. Oh my god.
Track the Black Prince.
I'm dead. And I crit him by shooting him through the turret.
What did that hit? Come on. There we go.
I'm triggered.
There we go. Got the blind kill.
But Banana, the devs are already aware of the flying bug.
Which flying bug?
There's a way to like launch your tank like way into the sky.
Oh.
Sometimes underground too. Yes, Al Einstein, that is correct. So I touched on this earlier, but as a way to make up for the short turnaround we gave you guys at the beginning of the month, as far as the tank or the scavenger hunt announcement going up a day before the event started, and also to give you a few extra days to finish the last leg, since theoretically you only had without the codes, without the 3 extra codes, you would have 1 day to finish that 31 codes mission for the 30k XP. So basically you get 3 extra days to do it. We gave all participants 3 extra codes if you redeemed at least 1 scavenger hunt code before last weekend.
Scorpion G says daily login bonus with consumables, bonds, equipment boosters when. Yeah, that's kind of what the role that Tank Rewards and Scavenger Hunt are aimed at filling. I'm a big fan of the way that certain games do daily login rewards. I think Warframe is the one that comes to mind to me as a game that does it really, really well. I'd love to copy them, shamelessly rip them off, but we don't currently have the plans to have that ability in the client, so we're kind of hoping to fill the same niche with Tank Rewards, which again is almost definitely like so close to 100% definitely coming back in June 1st. So fingers crossed. For those of you who don't know, this is going to be the 75th anniversary of 1944. So we have a lot of big anniversaries coming up later this year, and we're going to be theming the Tank Awards around several of the major 75th anniversary battles. Of course, in June you have Operation Overlord, aka D-Day. So I'll probably be doing something along with that next month.
Yeah, I guess changing XP markers to hit points instead of percents would help. Honestly, I've been running the same markers for the most part since 2013.
I do that too. I actually do that, but I always forget to change it on these computers. I just don't spend that much time in here, so it's not one of the things I think about.
Zago Waziri.
As somebody who's constantly watching the hit points, you probably notice that a lot more than I do, but you can hold Alt to see them when you have it set up the way that we do, which I do frequently.
Gotcha. But yeah, so Zago wants to know what Tank Rewards is. Back in 2015 or 2016, we had these monthly, different kinds of monthly missions, where you would complete them and they would give you tokens for something called Tank Rewards, which is a website that we had called tankrewards.com. And you would go to tankrewards.com And at the end of the month, basically, you would be able to choose from a bunch of different tiered rewards. So say you had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tiers of prizing, and each one of those tiers had 3 different choices. One of which being sort of like a random chance at a super rare tank, like an E25 was on there. You're sort of rolling the dice with RNG there. Or you could choose something more. Oop, I bumped the mic. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize to your eardrums.
Gesticulating wildly. Domosapien.
You could pick all of these rewards, and yeah, basically you get a bunch of cool stuff every month for finishing missions, and that is coming back hopefully very, very soon.
Next month. Almost definitely. I'm going to pick the Eagle 7. So we do in Tier 7 count in. Let's see. Watt number 1 fan wants the French Wolverine so bad. Well, you should have an opportunity to get it soon. TM. Also next month, I believe. Here we go. Kevin says, should make the scavenger hunt missions about 25, but still have one for every day of the month. Then if people miss a code. Oh, she's got caught out of nowhere by a yawn. Then if people miss a code, they can still complete.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
it's a possibility.
That's pretty close to Tank Awards too. I think Tank Awards has one every day, but you can miss a couple and still get the highest tier if I remember. Tank Awards will at this time not be coming to you. Those will be NA only. It was traditionally an NA only event thing. We will see. That could change depending on how it goes. So hopefully NA players love it and everyone gets it. We'll see.
Yeah, as lovely as a check for $14,000 sounds for 7 campaign tanks. We actually don't take bribes for rare tanks. We've had people offer us like $5,000 for a Type 59 before, and we've turned them down.
Yeah, so your green screen's now my green screen's messing up. Cover the patch in mine. We're moving offices in about 2 months, guys. We're gonna have a full green wall behind us, so you don't have to suffer the interference of the reality of the tiny office behind us much longer. Yao says it's not a bribe. It's me buying them from you privately.
But yeah, we know guys. Sorry,
Zuki
man.
says, why did it go in the way in the first place? Long story short, it was built as a web tool that was designed and operated by one guy, the notorious and wonderful Wargaming Hypnotic. Hip is a great guy. Unfortunately, it was not set up in a way that it was easily transferable to someone else once he left. So we ended up having to, which gave us the opportunity to rebuild it with more official tools and in a more proper web-developed fashion to be incorporated into our game client. So it took a long time. You guys have been talking about. It's been gone for about a year and a couple months change, I believe now.
Zuggy, it's not so much needing a year to fix it.
It had to be completely rebuilt.
Yeah, needing a year to rebuild it from the ground up.
And completely rebuilt means going from conception to actual web, like it's a web app, but into development. No one's going to accuse Wargaming or in most software developers, to be honest, of being the fastest guns in the West. Software development is hard, especially when you're trying to incorporate it into existing ecosystems that themselves were maybe not designed optimally. Okay. Sorry. Tier 7. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Why is Wargaming doing invisible walls to places where you could climb?
Because so mountain goating was never an intended part of the meta. It's something that kind of just organically happened because of the physics engine and the way that tanks could like grip over ledges and all that good stuff. It wasn't intended to be part of the meta, and especially with the wheeled vehicles, with the release of the wheeled vehicles, they were really concerned about people getting into places where they could abuse positions on maps. And then part of that is that these positions, since they weren't intentionally like added to the game, to the map as a firing position, it's imbalanced. If you take this position on this side, if you spawn on this side of the map, you can take this position that the other side of the map doesn't have that type of position, and you can fire on them virtually uncontested, which just isn't isn't part of the intended flow of battle, I guess.
Zuki says, I imagine the EU thing with loot boxes probably threw a wrench into the mix. Not that I'm aware of. That's definitely something we're keeping an eye on. Our loot boxes as insofar as they exist, I think we officially call them gift boxes. But we have always had a little bit of a workaround in that you're guaranteed the equivalent amount of in-game goods, no matter the purchase price. I believe Belgium's law doesn't care about that, but some other restrictions that have applied do. What?
Well, it says 2 days and 23 hours.
Okay,
So
I guess just minimize that for now.
We're fine.
That was weird. So there's some we're keeping an eye on. I don't think it's had a major effect on tank rewards or anything in the immediate term. Derpinator says YouTube chat seems delayed more than the stream. Oh, that sucks. We'll
if we had Tragic here, I would be more keen to messing with the YouTube stream, but I'm worried that we're gonna just break it entirely if we mess with it.
Old Wolf says High Caliber and the T28 prototype, good game. Yeah, that is a good game.
Nice. T28 prototype.
Watt number 1 fan says love the gift boxes. Please do gold for tanks again. Yeah, I think you'll be happy soon. Hint, hint.
Oh, AMX, stop shooting! Oh, well, I was asking for that one.
Yeah.
But I do need a quick bathroom break, so that works out. I shall return.
You're just gonna leave it on your dead tank?
Oh, I forgot it's on my screen. Oh my god! I am not.
Oh, Domo. Thank you.
Shame.
Gonna be rolling solo here for a minute, folks, while Domo takes care of business. I will do my best to keep on top of the questions as they come up. Man, I used to play the spot a lot, and I know it changed with the map, and my strategies have just not changed with it. So maybe Banana Cannon or one of the other good players here can tell me where I should be right now in a bottom tier medium. Because the spawning and the damage opportunities here just aren't as good as they used to be. It's a little more exposed. Watt number 1 says, I mean the Advent Calendar tanks for gold. Yeah, that's... I'm just saying, if you have some gold and you want tanks, keep a close eye on the news page this Thursday and Friday. Cough. Coughity cough. Cough, 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 cough. Unknown Tinker says, why no game sounds? This should be working now. I can't get to the production machine right now to check. I'll have Domo pull up the tab when he gets back. William Jones says, any word on what will take the place of NA ranked yet? Not yet. We have a big meeting tomorrow to discuss several different concepts that people have come up with. I will say that the goal here, like we're trying to ranked is an individual highly competitive mode where you can grind and earn really cool rewards. So any replacement, in my opinion, it needs to focus on reaching that same audience, which is people who want to play solo but still want to play something competitive. And feel like they're trying to maximize their skill and being rewarded for it. So that's where I'm taking going in. I hopefully will have more hard details for you guys in the very near future. Neil says that spot gets hosed now. Yeah, that's kind of been my experience. Banana Can says you should move west since your super piercing was lighting the TDs. Ah, okay, he pushed up the west flank and I didn't even notice that. Of course, they were all in the mid village and we were the only ones there. Gotcha. Your TS5 will probably dig them out. That does look like what happened, so you called that one pretty well there, Banana Cannon. Please be right there.
Ooh, that's toasty. Toasty.
Yep. Yes, I can feel how cool it got just when you opened it. The air conditioning's not running today again. It was working for a while. Zongo says, any ideas when special ammo rebalance will go into the super test, please? I do not at this time. Super test right now, again, is everything is completely focused on the STB1 and the Leopard 1 changes. So once those are done, I think is the point where we can expect to move on to other things. Although we did launch the lower tier HP rebalance. Is that on super test or just closed right now?
The HP is on super test, yeah.
Okay.
Super test today.
So hopefully sooner than later. We were pretty close. Yeah, Cryptic says ammo is going to be a sandbox. I believe we did say that at one point.
Yeah, we did.
I think he's right.
We said specifically that once we get feedback on the RD changes, when you did on the RD changes, and then after the RD, and matchmaking, sorry. RD and matchmaking, once we get enough data on that, we're going to roll out ammo to sandbox. And then that's kind of going on simultaneously with vehicle rebalance. but it's probably the ammo. I'd say the ammo is probably going to be completed first before the rebalance, since it's going to affect vehicles that are going to be ultimately, changed.
All right.
I could be wrong though.
Your turn to pick a tank.
All right.
Let me see. I want to catch some of the other tips people dropped for Fisherman's Bay there. Alpha Monkey says there's a good fire support position at H2 when you're playing bottom tier sniper tanks. All right, I'll keep an eye on that for next time.
Is it G2 rather? Not H2.
G2. And Zugi said the line of bushes going up the hill work. It's the bushes by the... So if I had stayed lower on the hill, I can say I would have still spotted people going into the town. I gotcha. All right, I'll try that out next time. Banana Ken says, I don't think I missed it, but any idea when roughly the next Global Map campaign might be? You have to ask Big Brother. I'm not sure. Do you know?
When did the last one end? We haven't had the playoff yet, so definitely after the playoffs. But I could not give you an
exact save that one for Big Brother. We don't know.
Yeah, Big Brother is the expert on all competitive stuff. Monkey Soup, I already changed you are nerfing them, right? Well, technically they did get nerfed last month. Stun duration stacking got nerfed.
I believe it was rebalanced.
And then all of the rebalancing was, theoretically stuff that makes them perform worse. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call a horse a horse. A nerf is a nerf. But yeah, that said, I guess it's not super significant. A lot of players say they don't notice a difference. Certainly being on the receiving end, I'm sure it still sucks to get shot by RD. But I'm sure that playing RD is a little bit more difficult now as a result of the nerfs. But we're still keeping an eye on it, and we might make further changes, depending on how everything goes.
All right, you got a vehicle?
Oh, God, yeah, sorry, I forgot.
No worries.
Let's do...
Ghostbreeze says, I thought the 430U had armor, but since getting penned by the Type 4 Heavy with standard frontally, I've lost all hope. You just still have to protect that lower plate. I'm assuming that's where you got hit. Upper hull, really?
Do you have
that's
a 5.4? Do you want to run the 5.4?
I haven't played that in a long time, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't play it much anymore, so I wouldn't mind taking it out for a spin.
It ain't what it used to be.
No, it's not. Ever since they made the turret made it non-HD, the turret used to be ridiculously bouncy, and now it's not. Now the turret is actually the weak spot.
Back in the day, some wargaming employees may have farmed some Win8 using this vehicle before its HD model update.
Definitely wasn't me.
I'm not pointing any elbows, but I think Irony actually farmed the most. Irony played
farmed so much
nothing but that tank for like 3 months straight, just farming Win8.
Fun fact,
let's do the tier 5 count in here.
It's the only well, I guess, yeah, it's tier 5. Tier... Oh.
Sweat. 5.4s.
My beautiful 5.4. The only tank in the game that I have ever 3-marked, and probably ever will 3-mark, because there is currently a grand total of 139 of them on the server.
Major Tom says T110E5 buff soon. Oh, I wish. We like I said, we're definitely going through the tier 10s at the moment. Right now, a little focused on the mediums, but when we get to heavies, there's definitely some love. I will make a point that there are a few tanks that deserve to be buffed before the E5, just because the E5's run of dominance, while it has been a while, there are other tanks whose reigns of suckitude have been longer, and I think the Leopard and the STB are on that list, so they're getting some changes right now. I think the E50M could use some love. I know that myself and a lot of other people prefer playing the tier 9 because it just feels so much better for the tier. And the 121, boy, the 121 needs buffs before the E5. I'm sorry. I'm sure it'll come, but some of these mediums need some help, boys. Zog says the poor FV215B needs some love. Yeah, currently not being available is pretty rough. X Yagu X says Japanese heavies are not fun to play anymore. This is a harsh personal take, but were they ever?
I mean, I would personally say that being able to snapshot a commander's hatch with a derp gun across the map while driving at full speed for 800 damage, it's a little unfair.
Major Tom says the 121's not all that bad in his opinion. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world,
it's
but
just arguably worse than the 113 in every way.
It's been suboptimal for a really long time. And like I said, the 110E5's run of being the best tier 10 heavy in the game That was what, 2016, and then I think it got nerfed in 2017. So that's been a while for sure, but at least it had that run. There's a lot of vehicles that have never been anywhere near as good as the T110E5 was back then, and probably a classic example of an over nerf too. That I think that vehicle is one of the reasons that we've been a little more conservative with nerfs since. Is that vehicle went from being the most common. That was terrible. The most common and powerful.
85, you don't want to trade with him.
Yeah, I realized after taking the shot that I was doing some dumb stuff. So yeah,
we could probably rush him, to be honest.
Santiago says, "Is this available on Switch?" It currently is not. I would love World of Tanks Blitz to come out on Switch, though. I'm lobbying for it. But I don't make the games.
Oh, by the way,
so
somebody was talking about Pagan Online earlier, and I forgot to answer their question. But yeah, we are familiar with Pagan Online. We all have played it, and I need to play more of it, to be honest, because I have a copy. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's really cool. We do talk to the Pagan devs, a couple of them. I know Carl is in our Discord server, so you can say hello to him if you see him chatting in there.
And I also know Sasha, the community manager, is based in Paris, and she's awesome. We worked with her previously on Total War Arena. So yeah, I actually have a long history with Pagan Online. We tested it internally for the first time 2.5, almost 3 years ago, I think, and it was called something else at the time, and it was pretty bare bones, and it's been really cool. No. I'm dead. No. I had sucked and died.
It's okay. M4 derped.
But yeah, if you're a fan of ARTSs, or if you don't know what that is, it's games like Blizzard's Diablo, or oh gosh, my brain is totally farted. Path of Exile. That sort of top-down action RPG.
Torchlight.
Torchlight was the one I was trying to think of. Check out Pagan Online. It's not being made by Wargaming. We're publishing it. It's being made through Madhead Studios, which is a really fun little Eastern European studio. If you like that kind of game, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's got a really unique control scheme.
That's why they call this thing the Ram Panzer. I yelled in and died.
You died too? Man,
I lightly nudged this P-43 for 3/4 of his health bar.
I'm going to put a note that we suck on top of the stream. Warren says, "Why must you taunt us with the 5.4 right after taking it away?" Did we take it away?
Well, no. So he was...
it a Sherf account?
Yeah, Sherf
Okay,
account.
got it.
That's actually what inspired me. Your comment earlier about the 5.4.
Yeah, sorry we
inspired me to play it.
Sorry we did such a poor job of representing it.
Yeah.
Nils says, "Hey, I know Kharkov is coming back soon, but how about a windstorm map or swamp? Any chance we'll see them again maybe this year?" I don't know at this time. Nils.
I have not heard any mention of those maps yet, but then I'm generally not super involved with the map design process until it hits super test and I post the announcement.
Yeah. We do have there's definitely at least 6 maps in development, but I don't always know which ones they are, and which ones end up coming up next on the release list are sometimes a surprise, because sometimes map development goes really well and they're happy with it, and sometimes it goes terribly and it ends up getting stuck in development hell. Banana Ken says we need to get some Mayhew coaches for you too. I'm not sure that would help at this point.
Please carry me. Actually, that's what initially helped me raise my stats from 44% was platooning with really good players. And
I will say we do play better when we're not reading chat and answering questions at the same time. I'm not saying we're good, but we're better than we are on stream. I can back that up with Win8 session. Monkey says new Frontlines map. Yeah, we are working on a new Frontlines map. No update on that. We'll definitely share it with you guys on the stream when we have some materials to share.
Yeah, we don't just tell the home office stuff. Like, they're our bosses, not vice versa.
They should just sell all premium tanks from tier 2 to 10. I mean, we do in rotation. Like I said, keep an eye on the portal
speaking of which,
this Thursday and Friday.
No, actually not speaking of which, but I just remembered another question that I saw in chat earlier and I didn't have a chance to answer. Someone was asking ways for free-to-play players to play tier 10 without losing so many credits. And my answer to you is, sir, you should participate in the scavenger hunt event, because you can get theoretically like around 90 something boosters or credit boosters, 50% 1 hour credit boosters via the scavenger hunt, and that should help pretty substantially.
Domo needs you for the scavenger hunt.
And generally I have been trying to run like more events, essentially community events outside of the game, that will let you let players who are really engaged with the community progress through the game more quickly. in lieu of, you know, spending money or whatever. So there's different ways you can, you know, get premium time, get prizes. We got Showdown Saturdays on social media. Chauncey and Apollo are running that. You can win some gold, or sometimes we give away premium tanks on there. Trying to get more and more stuff for you guys to do, you know, as part of the community outside of the game to, you know, improve your overall experience.
So I have picked a tier 8 on
okay.
the 59 patent.
The 59 patent.
No preferred. Frank says cabbage is no longer orange tinted domos. Yeah, that's because I'm in the seat with the normal lighting instead of the orange lighting. Wheeled lines, we don't know when or if the next vehicle line will be, or if it will exist. Like I said, we're definitely still
ouch, what are you talking about? My receding hairline, you jerk.
All right, we're going to be counting in tier 8 here shortly.
It's not a comb over.
But yeah, the jury's
cut.
still out on the French wheeled line impact. So, but we're definitely going to need to see more of that before we announce another wheeled line. The next line will almost certainly be British lights, up to tier 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. You're not entirely wrong, but you know. Old Wolf says tier 10 without premium and not losing credits requires really good play more than anything. The only thing that matters more is luck. Yeah. I'm not good enough to play tier 10 without losing credits, so you have to get that advice from better players.
Certain tanks like STRV 103B. What else? Actually, the Yudes does pretty well too. Firing standard. The Progetto is another tier 10 tank that if you don't dab that 2 key too much, you can earn some credits. I'd say the 103B especially is a good tier 10 for saving credits. The ammo is
good tier 10 in general.
Yeah,
really,
it is. Yeah. It's arguably one of my favorite TDs. But yeah, it's someone's saying bad stuff in chat. But yeah, no, the STRV is good too because you can pen through like a mouse turret without spamming gold. And yeah, I generally net credits in that one, even if it's just a little bit.
Zaxxon says, is it me or only 60 watching? It might only be 60 on YouTube. I think we're at about 200 total?
198 to be exact.
So about 200 total? FE101 Scorpion with the 9mm tier 10. Ooh, that might be a good guess. We'll see.
Also, some general tips as far as making credits. Okay, so there, for example, there's one tank left in the game, right? You could shoot that tank and get credit for that one shot. Or you could shoot that tank's track and get credit for half of their entire health bar when your team inevitably nukes them 2 seconds later. Different things like that. Tracking damage. If you can't frontally pen a target, track them. Get assisted damage from your allies. You get half of the credits and XP for all assisted damage to enemy targets dealt by your allies. So if you're spotting something and your TDs are sniping it, you're getting half of all the credit for it. Different ways like that, you know. Gotta be a little creative times.
Ooh.
140 versus 262A. That's a good question. I got the 140. I think it has slightly better stability on the gun, if I'm not mistaken.
I personally prefer the 140.
Oh, sorry. Here's my answer. Get the 430U. Although it's going to be balanced at some point, so I mean, I don't know, but currently I'd say that out of the Russian tech tree mediums, 430U is probably your best bet. Oh, CDC, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, no, I bounced off the CDC, really?
Where are you? Oh, you're in the middle. Okay.
I bounced off the side of the CDC with my 432. I've done literally nothing this game. 0 damage, 0 assisted, 0 blocked.
Alan Chance says I have the 140. I'm working on the 628. At least you get to play the T54. Pretty solid.
Yeah, the T-54 is a fun one. Oh, wait, no, actually, if I recall, I hated the T-54.
I also did. But a lot of people seem to like it.
Yeah, well, I'm bad. You got to keep that in mind. I'm
obviously we're bad. This Patriot is a real man, though. I'm gonna roll with him.
Really? No track damage?
I'm just gonna go wide and draw fire.
Whack.
Give them some different angles to think about. Oh, okay. Don't pay attention to me, Mr. Scorpion. Just your friendly neighborhood M59 Patton. 59 Pat. There we go. Got him. And now I have free reign on the 101P as long as he goes after the Patriot. Yikes. Gonna be able to get 2 shots here, probably. There we go. I'm getting some help from the 40T over there.
I want to make it in time to shoot him in the derriere. Probably not.
Can't believe that bounced. There we go. Got a win.
My super impressive damage total of 572. Really carrying the game here.
Wargaming Mints canceled the nerfs to the 430U until further notice because of all the negative feedback from RE players. That's partially true, but the feedback was negative in all regions, actually, even ours. People agree that the 430U should be nerfed. Most people did not agree with the nerfs that were proposed, even in NA. So, you guys case of the ons too. I guess we are a little tore up. There we go. What did 572 damage? Whoa. Weak.
That's what I said. I said I carried the game with my super impressive damage total of 572.
We got carried by IF Plenty in his man mode Patriot play. Nerf the 430U by only giving it 5 ammo. That'd be fun if we brought back the Waffentrager E100, but you only got 1 clip.
Let's see.
Your turn to pick. Sure.
My Bernard.
Scorpion just says, shame they gave Leo a good gun with the existing changes, but killed off its mobility. Do you think killed might be a little...
That's a strong word.
Like, it
didn't lose that much engine power.
It's a slight mobility nerf, I agree, and it's a slight hit point nerf, but killed feels like it's still going to be able to flex and reposition. It's still quick. I'll bring the...
I think the Leo lost engine power, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It does have, I believe it has a higher top speed, but a lower engine power. So we're doing a tier 9 here. Counting going into chat shortly. So I see you have the tier 9 wheelie boy. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, I'm like halfway to the tier 10.
I'm too bad to play those.
I enjoy them, but my win rate has suffered a little bit.
William Jones says, does Wargaming hire for outside help, as in reviewing replays for bans or complaints? Some of that does go through a contractor, but I don't know if how I would call that outside help.
I mean, they're
customer
still,
service contractor,
employed theoretically, like sort of through us. But yeah, we don't really have any openings, if that's what you're getting at.
Monkey says, you guys have crapped on the Leopard 1 for too long. I know you mean Wargaming as a whole, but I'm actually a big Leopard 1 fan, personally. Yeah, I would say the Leopard 1 has been underpowered for a long time. And I am optimistic that these changes are going to make it more viable. What do you think about the T-54? I think it's hard to play without heat. Yeah, I mean, definitely if you're playing against tier 10s. You're going to be dabbing that 2 key for sure in the T-54. The dog camo looks really cool on the AMX-30 with the fuel tanks and the gun like that. Yeah, so it doesn't quite work, but yeah, like you said, I kind of like it, so I haven't thrown a fit about it. But yeah, that is the dog camo from playing WoT Classic over the April Fool's event this year. William was just asked. He wasn't asking that. He just wondering how that outsourced. Yeah. A lot of it is still done internally, especially if it's a more complicated rules violation issue. But we do have some customer support contractors who help us with that. Oh no. Oh, that 430 came down at the perfect time. Oh man.
Let's see if I can put some pressure on them a little bit. We're gonna go bully this SP1C.
Repair those gas tanks.
Spa Panzer. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's just me and the T-71 over here. Oh my gosh, where's the team? No, no, no. Team needs to come to the east.
Spa Panzer, where you going, bud? Come on, Pickle Splat.
I'm getting out of here. Oh my gosh, they're already flanking. We're so screwed. The east is a total failure. No one went there.
Oh god.
No,
oh god.
They're flooding really fast. Yeah.
Oh god. Run away!
Flee! Gosh darn it! They have their own wheelie boys chasing me down now.
I mean, I can put some pressure on their wheelie boys.
My loader has died twice.
Easy, actually, but I got you.
Very unfortunate.
Hey, I set him on fire. Alright, I will take it. That's taken care of. I'm gonna go push their EBR. No, focus the 430. Okay, oh, I'm in trouble. Mistakes were made. I should have just stayed in my hole.
I mean, you're still lighting them up.
No, I'm about to be dead.
Don't die. Don't do it.
Super dead.
Don't die. Okay. There we go.
Oh, I bounced off the 122S.
That sucks. That 430 is. Oh,
he's spotting.
Forcing me to.
Too much we can do about that right now.
Are you going around the back?
Yeah,
door?
I'm gonna
wait for you.
I have a feeling that EBR is gonna push.
I'll wait for you to pop out, and then I'll come out with my gun.
All right, I'm peeking. I'm not pushing. I'm just peeking a little bit. We're gonna lose this one.
Come on, we're only one down, 2 down.
Well, if our Tiger
I got spotted
or
when
if
I
our
picked
Oni
up.
can
So something's covered up there.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get
Ed Dark Phoenix says, any hints on the paradigm shifting changes you mentioned? Nope. You're gonna have to wait off on those. It'll be ready when it's ready to be announced.
I don't even know which paradigm's changing.
Oh, we were talking about the future of World of Tanks last stream, and
okay.
I mentioned that there's some pretty radical content updates to the game being built for the future.
Ah. Well, you're not lying.
I'm so scared of it. Oh no, you're dead. Flee!
I was hoping I would find artillery and not a Waffenträger back there.
Okay. Oh, the EBR ran me down.
Any idea when they're going to announce the frontline secret tank?
There.
No, not yet. Sorry.
Is the paradigm shifting change the remover of artillery? No, it is not.
I've been saying this for years. Pretty sure removing artillery is impossible. Given all the time and money people have invested in playing artillery and grinding it.
Earlier, some people asked if there was going to be more 3D skins, such as were given out to vehicles like the IS-7 and the Grill over the holiday event. Yes, definitely. We definitely want to do more of that. Nope, not referencing ammo changes. What we were talking about is a massive content update. It's not ammo changes. We were talking about like where does World of Tanks go in the future, and specifically there's something being built that is really cool and exciting for the future that I can't share any more details on now. But what I wanted to tell you guys is because this World of Tanks is very much a live development game, and the development team is not resting on their laurels and viewing this as the pinnacle of what the game can be. So that's all I can say about it for now. More to come in the future.
So how does the scavenger hunt work? Do I just redeem the codes and that's it? No. All right, so I'm going to pop this over to my screen real quick. Oh, I'm going to wake up this control computer here. All right, so If you go enter a scavenger hunt code, it will unlock these missions for you. This is a repeatable mission that you can complete as many times as you have active codes. So I've redeemed 8 codes this month, and I've completed this mission 8 times. It has given me 8 times 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, and 1 of these tokens. This token, you gather these tokens, and these tokens trigger these missions here. So 12, 20, 30, and 31 codes. So if you pop them open, there are the tokens, right? 8 out of 12. And essentially for 12 codes, you get some consumables. For 20 codes, you get a garage slot. 30 codes, you get 10,000 XP. And that goes to the vehicle you use to complete the mission. So basically, once you gather 30 of these scavenger hunt tokens by completing this top 10 mission here, you will essentially unlock each of these missions. So once you complete this 12 times, this will unlock. So on the 13th time, when you complete it, you'll get this. So on the 32nd time, I guess, that you complete scavenger hunt, you would get 30k experience applied to the tank that you used to complete the mission. I know it's confusing. Hopefully we will maybe be able to get some kind of a tank rewards type of functionality, so where you can just go online and see all your rewards and pick them. But for now, this is the best we got. And folks have been pretty happy with the missions compared to how they were on previous scavenger hunts, because they were really confusing, and they're starting to make a lot more sense.
Banana Cannon guessed the return of historical battles in PvE. Nope, but that is something that's being worked on as far as PvE options. Some of you have encountered the bots on the South American server up to tier 5. That is part of our larger effort to build AI that's good enough to do more with
Cost
PvE.
762. I don't use reserves anymore. They ruin my RNG
Really?
matchmaking.
They don't.
That is fake news, because
Yeah.
I almost always run boosters.
That definitely has no impact.
They don't. It would actually be kind of silly as a company to include a mechanic that intentionally gives you worse matchmaking.
It would be Kafkaesque. I just want to. That's my 10-point word for the day.
Kafkaesque. But yeah. So let's see what.
I grabbed the E75. If you want to do tier 9
Doge
again.
Camo ever come back to the game? Maybe. Who knows? Possibly. For that's a very open-ended question that we legitimately don't have an answer to. Probably at some point. I don't see why not.
What are you gonna play at tier 9?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize. I thought it's your turn to pick.
I did.
Oh, you picked a tier 9. Okay, I see. I apologize.
No worries.
Because I'm motion.
Counting in on tier 9 here.
All right. Tier IX count in.
Yeah,
5,
I mean, that
4,
is funny, Banana, but is it really better on the NA server? And if anything, I take that as a compliment to our bot team, that they were able, like, I think our bot team has done a great job so far on building that AI. The head of that team actually looks a lot like Domo, which is a running joke in the office. But yeah, they've done a great job so far, and I'm excited to see what future content options we have. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is even bigger and even more of a change. And I'm just going to taunt you with that.
It's possible, and
I literally can't talk about it. I would probably get in trouble for saying that much, to be honest. Take what you can get and appreciate it. Jeez.
KOS 762. I feel you. I've definitely had runs where like I pop a booster and then all of a sudden I just start losing like crazy. I think it's partly psychological. Partly it's just RNG. It really is. Flip a coin.
Well, some of it is like World of Tanks. Absolutely, you flip that coin. With RNG, you have a run of bad streaks. You flip that coin with Matchmaker, you can have a run, and sometimes it all combines into one horrible session. And if something changed before that session or before a few of them, I definitely understand how people attach the meaning to whatever And by the way, we've heard it all. I've heard that boosters improve your RNG. I've heard that boosters ruin your RNG. I've heard that spending money on the game improves your RNG, and also the opposite, spending money on the game damages your RNG. None of it's true. All of those systems work the way they work always. They're not affected by anything specific to your account, unless otherwise explicitly stated, with the possible exception being that the first time you play a new tank, the system will try and make you top tier. That's really the only secret there is.
You we occasionally get support tickets like, hey, can you take me off of the bad matchmaking list? I'm like, sorry, there really is no bad matchmaking list. Like, I get bad matchmaking too, and I work for the company.
The best stuff we've gotten though is the please put me on the red team. The green team always loses.
Derpinator's on the enemy team. He says the wrath of the standard B, so he's calling us out.
No. No.
He's going to take us down with this.
The standard B has quite wrath.
It's got really good pen on those AP rounds.
Ayla's on
the standard rounds, that is.
Putin is controlling them behind the scenes.
I mean, in a way, Banana, the game is harder for us because people still think I'm a sheriff and try to kill me for gold.
No, it's not harder. My background is in fast-paced FPS, and I just play stupidly aggressively all the time, and I've never been able to correct that.
I get mad, and I do bad things.
I could make up for it in my youth with skill.
I have a bomber jacket that Wargaming actually gifted me and my teammates for the internal World of Tanks Open Fire tournament. That has our team name on it, and our team name is Mad 'Cause Bad.
After you stole my teammates?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. That's right, you were going to be on their team. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I was out, remember? That's why. Sheriff counts make it easier because you can bait everyone into your team. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yes and no.
It does feel like we get focused sometimes just on our main accounts.
And in a
Some
way,
people
like,
are very happy.
What do you want me to help with? By getting shot through the turret by this Jaegeru? Because I'll help with that. What's it called? What was I going to say? I forgot. Not important, I guess. Oh, right. Yeah, in a way it's easier, but then in another way it's also harder because artillery will focus you literally all game.
Also, the guy who made the Putin comment, his name on YouTube is LA Without a Car, which I can only imagine is his actual tag is hell, and then that's what he's chosen to write for you to interpret.
Yeah, I lived in LA for 5 years. I cannot imagine not having a car.
Jimmy John is comparing not using boosters to not using health potions. You should see my inventory after I complete games. I save everything.
Oh my god.
I try to use my boosters.
I'm in big trouble. I'll try to do what I can to angle. Alright, he's not pushing. Never mind, we're chilling. Just really not at all a fan of playing this map.
KOS on YouTube says that he knows what I'm feeling. He was a Battlefield 1942 guy. Yeah, I played a lot of that too. About 1942 and actually especially Battlefield Vietnam.
Oh, Vietnam, that was such a good game.
Oh my gosh, the helicopters in that game were so good. But yeah, I played Call of Duty 1 and Counter-Strike Source very competitively. That's actually how I got into the gaming sphere as far as ending up in where I am now.
You're not a 1.6 purist.
I did play 1.6, but Source was where the I don't know. Source was the new hotness at the time, and once they fixed the hitboxes, it did take a while, but once they fixed the hitboxes, it was fine.
I really enjoyed Source. It was my game. I was okay.
I played 1.6 competitively too, just not at the.
It's
not at the highest level.
It's a funny little nitpicky thing, but I don't like the fact that you can't you can only minimize the cursor to a certain. Oh, I'm dead. You can only do so much. Oh no, I'm in trouble. There we go. There's my health. Yeah, the crosshair, you can only minimize it so much, whereas you can make it super tiny in Source and CS:GO if you want to.
Yeah. I have definitely played some Battlefield 1 and a little bit of Battlefield 5. Not as big of a fan as Battlefield 1, personally. Yeah, Savage Cabbage and YouTube is saying the same thing right now. Nice name, Savage Cabbage. Love it. I personally, I never played Battlefield competitively. It never felt like the right kind of game to play competitively to me. But Battlefield 1's a
lot of trouble there, lad.
13 Disciple says, Cabbage, I started playing at 1.3 before the Galil and the FNAF were even in the mod back when it was a mod. Yeah, isn't it amazing how many games were Half-Life mods that have now become their own whole thing? It's pretty incredible. I've been playing some Insurgency Sandstorm recently, and that started as a Source mod.
Oh yeah, I played
It's
the
amazing.
first version of Insurgency on way back in the day, the source mod.
Mountain Lion's here. How's it going, Mountain Lion? Jamie John says, don't forget to grab your Twitch Delta package. Make sure to grab that link if you haven't had a chance yet. You can get free stuff by linking your Amazon Prime into Twitch Prime and then linking your World of Tanks account to that.
We've got some pretty cool stuff in the
Yep.
works with Twitch, actually.
Pat,
so if you don't have Twitch Prime, you might want to get it.
well, I mean, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
So a lot of you probably do have Amazon Prime.
But yeah, soon TM.
Well, we sucked and we
cool
died,
Twitch stuff
as usual. I will be right back, folks. Domo's going to have to play this next one solo.
But all right, sorry. Commander's permissions.
Yep.
I did play the DayZ mod. I love.
Oh yeah, I played a lot of DayZ mod for sure.
Yeah, it was dope.
Really
I
good.
liked it a lot. That was what really made me like PUBG.
Oh, that's right. You can just ready up and launch without me, right?
Oh, I can.
Can't you?
Yeah, if I have permissions for leader, then I can.
Okay. Ayla says, "Oh, Ayla, did you get me? Nice. That was fun. Yeah, I haven't played the DayZ standalone, but the mod was really awesome.
I heard bad things about the DayZ standalone.
Supposedly they eventually got it right, but it may have taken too long. Okay. Let's see.
Should I be a jerk and play the CGC?
I'm disappeared.
I think I will. Alright, I think I can switch to my monitor. Alright. Spread some balance across the land. Yeah, I was the Moitian. Did you kill me? You are a not a gentleman and a scholar, Ayla. For killing me. Yeah, we do work for WG. That's why we're doing the WG community stream. Wait, I'm winking at my microphone. I should be winking at my camera. Don't make it on a frontline weekend. That is a good suggestion. Theoretically, though, was it in the sheriff rules that you can't play frontline? Because I think they work in frontline. Yeah. How come we don't get any flags point on blueprint? Oh, I think you mean national blueprints. I don't know. That's a common point of feedback. I've been passing it on. Yeah, you can have a WG job. You just need to go to www.wargaming.com/careers and apply for one of the openings. Oh, they don't work in frontline? Oh, well, that's a bummer. I mean, you can TK a sheriff, but you won't get any gold, then you'll be breaking the rules, so you might get banned. You can't get this t-shirt. This was our, gosh, what was this? I think this was our Gamescom t-shirt. Gamescom or WG Fest. What was the shirt from?
Gamescom 2017.
This is Dolph Lundgren standing in front of a mouse. Oh god, I don't know how to play Artie on this map.
You're playing Artie. I leave for 1 minute and you play Artie? What?
Not only am I playing Artie, I'm playing the CGC with the purple gun laying drive.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
I couldn't decide what to put purple equipment on, so I picked the CGC.
David on Facebook asks, is the AMX 30B buff still on? I'm not sure if it's still on in exactly the same way that it was. But yes, the changes are still coming. They're just delayed. But I don't know if it'll change a whole lot. They seem pretty happy with it at first, and then they pulled it. We'll see. Wolf says you've been in Texas too long. You have a southern accent when you forget.
I put on a little bit of a drawl sometimes.
Somebody said bring Meathead back. Yeah, right?
Texas,
I wish.
You're a long way from Texas.
Bring Meathead back.
Yeah, we miss Meathead every day. He's great.
Hashtag scumbag Domo.
Oh, that snapshot though, it went right into him.
Am I gonna have to close the door again?
I'm sorry, I'll shut up. Although I literally like a second later, a much better shot. This is the curse of me playing artillery, is that I will fire and then moments later a much better shot presents itself. And then I'm just kicking myself in the foot for 30 seconds.
Execrable says, I know wargaming accounts get a monthly gold allotment. Do they also get a bond allotment now? Yes.
Sort of. It's complicated.
Yes, you get to choose between a pack.
You have to play a certain amount of battles every month. And if you play the certain amount of battles every month, then you can either request bonds or some vehicles.
Meathead should be a custom crew skin. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think we have actually talked about that. At least the Meathead puppet. We can maybe do that. Britt on Facebook asks, where in Tejas are you? We're based in Austin. Quick on YouTube asks, are you in the same room? Yes, we are. Right next to Meathead is loving Pixar now. Yeah, he is. I think he works for GLU officially, but they're working on a game with Disney and Pixar. So real cool for him. Randall says, you're not using fixing in every sentence. You're not real Central Texasans yet. Okay, fair point.
I'm fixing to hit this here E5.
So still loving it here though. I love everything about Central Texas except the heat. The heat is a bit much. But that, my understanding is that's pretty typical.
Yeah, literally everything besides the weather is awesome.
I've asked several locals what if you ever get used to the heat, and the answer has universally been no. You just don't. You just suffer every summer. Can the Churchill GC get a speed buff since it's so slow, or give it AT armor so it's not a slow paper thin target for everyone that can't get in the fight until half the battle is over? Are you implying that the Churchill GC is not the best tank in the game? Sorry, I couldn't finish it. Yeah, the Churchill gun carrier is
Churchill game carrier.
Yeah, it's not the best tank. Al Einstein says, send me the heat, I'm freezing in Scotland. Oh, from Scotland, really?
Do I shoot the E4?
Yeah,
I shoot the E4.
Send us some clowns. That's a bummer, yeah.
Dang it, the first shot that I missed was the important one.
Frank says Texas heat is good for comb overs. They don't curl.
Why do you keep giving me crap about my hair, man? I'm so self-conscious now.
Banana Can says some tanks exist to be free XP passed, and the Churchill GC is one of them. It's a little bit better than it was at its worst, right?
We're in trouble. I'm gonna click. Come on, I can't click. Reload. Come on. Oh no. Oh, run away.
Playing artillery is not this stressful.
Run away.
What are you doing?
Okay, I hit the E4 for 368. All right.
13 Disciples says, Cabbage, we need a new emblem, a bow tie for our new Watt Weekly video man, like Michael Loven. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I agree.
A Loven tie. Yep, we'll pitch it.
I had the idea of getting them to make a exclusive decal for Watt Weekly that has Meathead passing the torch to Michael. I think that would be really cool, and have it like go on the IS-7 or one of Meathead's favorite tanks.
Britt says, love me some Franklin's barbecue when in Austin.
I've lived in Austin for over a year and I've never been to Franklin's.
Whoopsie says, keep the heat over there. We have enough in Northern Norway. Oh, Whoopsie, you're Northern Norway? I was just in Buda and Fauska last summer. Love it up there. Beautiful, beautiful country. Centurion IRL says, good morning from New Zealand. Well, good morning to you, sir. Domo, just save. It'll help keep you cool and be cheaper than a wig. Domo's like a cockroach when the lights come on. Oh, when you're running. That wasn't a comment about your hair. Then Frank has another comment about your hair. It's not your hair, it's that your head is outgrowing it.
I do have.
That does happen, guys. I don't know.
We are the resident big heads in the office.
Those of you youths out there, you may not know this, but one day this can be yours. And probably will be if you have Northern European genes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got my father's
Homie Yun
genes.
says, still waiting for an answer. I will try and dig up your question. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. How come we don't get any flag points on blueprints? I have 16 tool blueprint points, and I'm not able to do research on any vehicle.
I answered your question, actually, but you weren't listening. So let's answer it again. It's just that unfortunately there's no good answer for it. It's by I guess that's by design. We have passed on the feedback. Hopefully the national blueprint rate will increase. But yeah, we've passed on the feedback. I put it in my feedback report. They are aware that it is one of the common points of negative feedback. Hopefully it'll be increased, but again, it's just unfortunately not our personal decision to make.
Wapsie says Buddha. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Buddha's what I was told it's pronounced, but I'm probably doing it wrong. It's your hometown. That's awesome. So yes, it's Pilsner. Yeah, that's fantastic. One of my best friends is from Fauska. So I flew into Buddha last year and then went to visit him for a week in Fauska. I had a great time. It was a magnificent place. Let's see.
This is True says it's the Unicum hairline, so you're in good company. But I don't have, unlike True, I don't have the stats to back it up.
You just haven't started losing enough of your hair.
Oh, okay.
Because the problem is, someone said, is our hairlines aren't receding so much as our foreheads are getting larger. But once the hair starts going, that's when we'll become Unicums. Fantastic. Dark Phoenix says, how often do you stream? Officially, we do this stream. It's usually myself and Tragic Loss streaming on Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. Central U.S. time. We will be adding more streams at different times and at different points in the week.
Potentially, I might be streaming tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
But I don't know if that's happening or not.
Potentially.
I never actually got confirmation. But if I am streaming tomorrow, it will be a educational stream for beginners.
Don't do the cabbage pineapple head hairstyle. Come on, guys. Ouch.
Getting roasted, man. Frank is just roasting the heck out of us.
Frank's got some good roasts, though. I'll take them. When your hair starts running away from your face, you know you're in trouble. Well, I mean, I'm doing fine here. I played Blitz and I'm having a mental breakdown trying to figure out what all the little things on your screen are for. It's a lot.
I mean, there's so many little things to talk about. We've got our equipment, we've got our modules, ammo, consumables, all that good stuff.
But yeah, Whoopsie, the graffiti in Buddha is amazing. It's very, very cool. We did a whole tour of downtown when I was there.
Randall, if I do stream tomorrow, it'll be roughly the same time. I mean, I'm 27 and I'm losing hair, so, not super optimistic on that front. But,
what's a good heavy for doing armor missions? Preferably something mid-tier.
Let's see. Let me pull the tech tree real quick. Probably something Soviet.
Centurion says, my hair slipped off my head and onto my back. Don't you hate when that happens? Man, testosterone is the worst. It's a high test move, though.
Churchill 3 is pretty good for blocking damage.
It doesn't hurt when it goes gray and then drops out.
That's Soviet, I think, is the Churchill 3, right?
Yeah, I'm getting some gray in my beard, guys. It's happening. It's fine.
It's fine. God, that's a good question.
Getting old ain't for sissies.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick mid-tier tanks that are great for blocking damage.
Cost says, no worries, you guys have hair at your age. It's a good thing. Yeah, I actually do have a couple friends who have already lost pretty much all of it, so... I'll take it. All right, let's get off of hair. We've talked a lot
hiding
of
stats.
Which tank? I'm sorry. Did you pick for a mid tier armor mission?
I'm not sure. I'd say Churchill 3 maybe.
Bananakin says bring a stock T29 because less HP lets you block the multiple easier. Interesting. And a lot of low pen vehicles at tier 5 to 7. So Banana Cannon.
I forgot about the T29.
The elite secret Mayhew strats. And it's a stock T29.
I thought it was Maho.
Mahou? Mahau. Yes, you pronounced my name correctly. Maho. Please let me know how we can do the feedback.
What feedback?
I think that was about the blueprints.
Oh, gosh. Well, so I already submitted a feedback report about that one, but tell you what, you can send me a message on the forums. It's just like you see down here, Domosapien minus the little @ right there. Send me a message on the forums with your feedback, and I'll make sure it gets passed on.
So I think we have time for one more game here, and I want to bring out the M48 patent one more time.
Oh, those were some bad words. Sorry, chat. I didn't realize the screen was on my screen.
Did somebody send you a message?
Somebody sent me some lovely hate mail.
Did you
collect the game.
You collected a little sodium chloride there, did you?
Yeah, I'll turn that off so I can read it. Oh, well. We will definitely be submitting a ticket for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ban, sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get some sanctions for that one.
Smebluke asks, how can I get featured in an RNG episode? Where do I submit my clips? Please tell. I believe we have an email address on the bottom of those videos that you can send replays to.
Yeah, either that
or post on the worldoftanksreplays.eu.
Answer about this. No, they're not bigger.
We'll look into that.
I know. So if you look, it's the same. You can send it to the same place as best replay of the week. And if you Google how to get on best replay of the week, World of Tanks, it should be the first article that comes up in Google. And there's a there's an email address there that you can send it to.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, you've got the tier 10. I
apologize. Yeah, I want you to read us the PM.
I'm not.
I don't think that's gonna.
We only get one swear per stream, and there's definitely more than one swear in there.
But we haven't used it.
Well,
so
I'll probably get clicked by.
Let's let it happen organically. We'll see how it goes.
I'm not gonna force
All right,
it.
So we're gonna be doing a tier 10 count in. I'll type it since you're the.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm gonna bring my Swedish boy instead.
Swedish boy. Tier X count in.
But you still have commander's permissions, so you just have to be quick.
Wait, how did I get commander's permissions?
I transferred them back to you, thinking I would be doing the count in.
That's fine.
And since I'm notoriously terrible at clicking battle.
Frank says flip your hair to the other side next time and see if anyone notices.
I can't. Well, I've tried. Like, my haircut, like, my hair naturally parts, like, it's about, like, right here I have a natural part, and it goes this way. And I've tried to train it to the side, but I'm lazy and I don't want to keep styling my hair.
Benjamin on YouTube says, which is better, PC or Blitz? I'm definitely biased, but I'm going to say PC. That said, I think for a mobile game, Blitz is actually really impressive. To have the level of a massively multiplayer 3D online arena game, mobile. I mean, there are more games like it now, but when World of Tanks Blitz came out, there really wasn't anything like it. I think Blitz is a really cool game for a mobile game. Like, if you got to play a game on your phone or your tablet, I think Tanks Blitz beats the heck out of Bejeweled, guys. But yeah, if you have access to the PC, play PC. I'm actually gonna go.
I'm gonna go Valley.
I'm gonna go Valley too.
So I got that sweet gun depression.
As we all know, Valley is the new meta on Lakeville. It used to be very silly to go Valley, but it's the new meta. So.
Yeah, I'll have you know, I saw a team go beach on Overlord a few days ago, and they absolutely wrecked us.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's fun. And new meta is just something you say when you're doing something that is dumb. Banana Ken says the correct answer is to play Watt Blitz on PC via Steam, no RD, and tons of lemmings to farm. Yeah, there is some separation, I think, in the controls now, if I remember.
There was, so they implemented it was a few years ago, actually. There was a way to limit yourself to only see people on the same controls as you. But the problem with that was that nobody actually checked that setting, so if you did check the setting, you had an endless queue.
Got it. So they went back to no change.
Oh, I think it's still in there, actually, but...
Oh, that... Wow. Really? That didn't pen? Wow. Alright, I gotta back off now. I'm getting wrecked.
Oh, I'm just gonna shoot high explosive at his turret.
If your whole team commits to beach at Overlord, it's World of Tanks at its best. Gonna have to take your word for it.
My man! Although I don't actually go beach on Overlord. You know.
Yeah, you can't take credit for going beach on Overlord anymore. Because you've so vehemently denied the claim.
But, you know, the cabanas, the cabanas at beach are thriving.
Beach on Overlord meta.
Yeah, I think this Centurion is starting to regret pushing up.
Good. I hope so.
I'm just chunking him for 200 damage with high explosive every time he peeks.
Please continue. Oh, there. Okay, so I can't peek because the 1 and 3 let me. But there's just 268 V4 over there now.
I missed. That's problematic, yeah.
This is just dumb positions the round from me. Soapy rocks on Overlord are the worst soapy rocks. Yeah.
Come on, bud. Yeah, that's what I thought.
New meta is something you say when you don't know the Merriam-Webster definition of meta. I mean, I guess.
I suppose if you're not being ironic, then sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the point is to intentionally misuse the definition of the word for the purposes of humor. Like you're saying, this is going to be the new meta game when obviously it's not, right? That's how I understand the slang,
I'm
but
not
I'm old.
trying to tell you how to live your life. But...
I'm old and my slang is out of date, so. Saw Black Prince take the lake road yesterday. 13 Disciple says you can only go beach on Overlord when you have a full female crew for reasons. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with that one, Disciple. I don't know where that's going. That's how I feel when I can't pen using premium rounds in the i7. Wow, really? Yeah. I wasn't using premium rounds, but... Yeah, I'm a little worried that I'm not skilled enough to land that cupola shot. And
I
of
wish
course,
this scent would.
Yeah, and now I got wrecked by the 268B4.
Oh, he is backing off.
It's actually strong. You need to hit the 103 cupola. Also, it's possible to climb this rock in front once they're dealt with. This one here? Or on my left? I'm not going to try it. I'm going to end up dead. Is there a T95 back there,
There
too?
is a T95
Seriously?
back there. That is spoopy.
Oh my gosh, guys. That's rough.
He is stunned pretty bad, though.
I'm just keeping these dinguses on the right. Spawned. Redbeard says, yeah, take the low ground. Great military strategy. You are a patent in 1-2 line? Don't you know the Valley is new meta?
You heard it here first.
Just to restart the current conversation.
You heard it here first. Valley is meta, so is Beach.
Beach on Overlord is meta.
Oh!
We're redefining the game here.
I just got
we don't really want to push
bad.
into a T95. This sucks.
Yeah, what if we kind of just turn around and go...
You want to just turn around?
Kind of, yeah, actually.
Oh, got him. Ha! Thanks, Banana Cannon. I actually landed the couple of shot there. Alright, I'm bailing. See ya.
Yeah, I don't want to push that T95.
Here we go. You gotta ram the T95. Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
With my 40 millimeters of hole in turret armor.
I don't know what this guy thinks he's doing. There's not gonna get any shots there.
So I'm thinking go up the middle.
We have a little bit of momentum there. Yeah, I think we can make that happen. Homie says, what is the complete address to send you a message for the flags point? I mean feedback.
You have to. It's not an address. I don't have the link. Go to the forums. Find any posts by me. Click on my profile, and then click send message.
Yep. You can also send something to CabbageMechanic@wargaming.net. That's my personal email address for taking messages from players. So feel free to shoot that to me there if you have trouble finding another.
Oh man, this is bad. Like they have three T95s defending their base.
They have 3 T95s?
Yeah.
Is that a platoon?
A6.
It's a one.
It is a T95 platoon.
From a ALL.
I'm not absolute madmen.
That is the most annoying thing I've ever seen.
Rip EBR.
All right.
Just fell in the lake.
We're going to have to load some gold for this. This is not a solution we can solve without gold.
Yeah, I was trying to nail him in the cupola with HE and it wasn't working at all.
Come on, Skoda. Come on, Skoda. Yeah. Wow, RNG. Not with me today. Yeah, and also, of all the maps to play 3 T95s and get, I feel like Lakeville's like one of the best you could possibly get. Like Lakeville, Empire's Border would be great. But man, being able to just hold this base on Lakeville with 3 T95s is crazy.
General Doonesbury just yelled it a little bit too early. We were going to push together, but he got a little impatient, I guess.
Alright, we're shoving mid.
Alright, let's do it.
This is going to get intense. We're going to lose people.
I'm going to get clapped by
people are going to die. There's no way
I am going to die.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, see, I told you. I was like, I'm going to get clapped by the T95. And I get clapped by the T95 and set on fire for my entire health bar.
We're going to need... So I'm trying to track the T95 and then these guys need to flank him. I'm not skilled enough to damage it frontally. There we go. That T95 is down. That's 1 out of 3.
No, it's 2 out of 3. You got an E3 and a T95 left.
They have an E3 as well?
Yeah.
Jeez. They throw in a Badger. They could have just camped base the whole game. Yeah. I'll kill no cap. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, come on, Cranbang. Just take that shot. Take the alpha. He's not gonna. Alright, so those guys are back there. I'm gonna shove up here. They're getting flanked.
You should have a rear shot on the 103.
The M48 not known for its fast flanking as far as mediums go.
Nice.
The funniest part is I can probably get to that E3 before he turns around, even if he starts now. Watch me get proven wrong and die.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, Banana Cannon. It would have been a force to be reckoned with if they decided to push City.
I tried to get the track, but I'm gonna be fine. Back where I started.
Back at it with the white vans.
Back at it again, Daniel. That meme's old now, too. There we go. Got the win. All right. Thank you for encouraging me to reposition there. That was clearly the right decision.
The T103 rental codes are way gone. They're all super expired. They expired on the 5th.
Yep. Okay, gentlemen, that is going to be, and gentle ladies, if you're out there. I can't imagine there's that many of you watching us talk about tanks, but, you know, there might be. And if so, thanks for watching. Thank you to all of you for watching. We really appreciate it. We put a lot of time and effort into this game. I know it doesn't always feel that way, but trust me, we do. And we really appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us, ask us questions, and support World of Tanks. It's awesome. We have dream jobs.
And put up with our terrible gameplay, that too.
Yeah, I mean, we're all right. Look, I finished 3rd. I mean, you're down there in garbage 9th or whatever. But
well, you know what? I'm leaving this.
Not everyone can be
this toxic platoon. This super toxic teammate. Well, actually, you know, if you soar by, no, you're right. I'm bad.
Have you ever met Bushka or Martin Dogger? I have met Bushka actually. He's a great guy. Yeah, Wang says I have a M60 joke, but you'll never get it. Boom, boom. All right. Well, thank you guys again. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We will see you again Thursday and maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Probably not, but potentially.
But Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, we will see you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Spend some time with your family. Play some tanks. Do whatever you want. Catch you later.